Guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the YouTube account and we are going to be going through the Thrilling Voyage. So there have been quite a few comps in with the delicious Dreamland that a lot of players have really been driving through. I'm going to go through some of the ones that I've been utilizing. We know I did a video a little bit just kind of exploring in here, but looking at the basic build, guys, now a lot of players are running different variations. So this one, I'm going to actually use Mishka and I'm going to use Rowan in this formation. Then we're going to run, of course, the two big ones, guys, running the Awakened version of Solus with Nevi, which is very easy to do. And then we're going to run Scarlet. So this, again, is kind of a little formation. Depending on the beast that you're running in here, you can see my beast levels are pretty high. Players have cleared this with level 6 beasts using a couple different variations. At this level, I believe the first 15 floors, it doesn't seem like it's really going to make a huge difference, the pet that you put through here, because you just want to get through the first 15 floors. And again, this is a combination that a lot of players have been running. Floor 1 through 15, I ran through this with this very similar formation. I ran through with a Solus formation. I ran through with even running Palmer instead of Scarlet. I've also run this with the Brutus comp, so actually running Brutus with Anasta. All of them work pretty well, even running a Greyborn comp. If you look at Baden, a couple other heroes within the Greyborn, even running Mulan in here, there are a lot of different formations that you can get through the first 15 relatively easy. And I did the exact same on the free-to-play account. You might burn through a couple more challenges, but overall, guys, just having the heroes unlocked, having them within the formation does work incredibly well. And getting through here, again, it doesn't seem like it is super difficult to get through this game mode because you do get the heroes built out. Now, when it comes to a little bit later that I'm going to show you, the big variation is as you're continuing, once you get into the primary stages, which start at floor or level 16, that is where it gets into the pet requirements, guys. So it is the Savage Souffle, or it is Talisman, again, depending on the teams that you're fighting, to get the second piece in there with that crowd control aspect. But I'm hoping we can go through here and we can actually clear all of these out. Now, one thing to remember when it comes to the pets, guys, both Talisman is really dependent on the Hypogens and also the Greyborn heroes. So if you do not have them in formations with Talisman, you will not get the crowd control event, or you will not get the benefit from the crowd control. But as you can see here, guys, it is relatively easy to build these out, and we all have the same built heroes. A lot of players were also wondering who is a substitute in here for the Awakened version of Solus if you do not have her. Another support hero works in here good. So looking through the support, we've seen players run Joan. Peanut has worked in the formation. Silas has worked in the formation. Even Desira or Palmer would work in the formation. Again, this is not a super very high expensive, I'm not running a bunch of Awakened heroes. I'm not running a bunch of, really high Vathiel, Kanisa and Rook heroes. Solus should be the first one that you get. And even at a very effective, especially this game mode, guys, if you have one copy of the Awakened version of Solus, you are going to get her, of course, the 30960, meaning that she is going to come completely built out. Now, Solus is, of course, still probably the primary hero, short of possibly the debate of having one copy of the Awakened version of Belinda. Solus is a big driving force, guys. I know there are a lot of players that we're talking about doing the swap, making sure they get that copy of Awakened Solus in here, which again, it works phenomenal. It is absolutely phenomenal with just a single copy, because here you'll get to build it out. But there are a lot of game modes where the Awakened version of Solus, even at Legendary, so having that one copy, will work well, and it does work well. Now in here, Mishka, of course, we have Nevi, we have Solus. Nevi buffs up Solus and buffs up Mishka, which of course provides a pretty big benefit. And then we just have Scarlet, which just rains everyone to death. Well, we have Rowan in here for the crowd control aspect, but also the energy regeneration with the potion that he provides, and the energy regeneration with his ultimate ability. So it works pretty well. And I like this one because we're running a different formation. Again, last time we ran this, it was a little bit of a different formation. If you remember the kind of test video over on the test server, So this one, again, a little bit of a variation of a formation, and most free-to-play players should have this. Guys, this is, again, on the free-to-play account. I ran Brutus in a formation, but this setup right here, my free-to-play account has all of these heroes pretty much at this point, unless you're relatively new to AFK Arena. Even looking here, guys, Mishka, Rowan, Nevi, even Scarlet, huge priority heroes to pick up in AFK Arena, followed by, when you get to the point of the Awakened Heroes, Solus is the big one. Again, Belinda, one legendary copy of the Awakened version of Belinda, and then running Solus, honestly, to get her build up. The pet, again, not a big variation in here. You could do the Winged Lion. It really starts making a difference when you hit that level 16, like I said earlier. So going through the first 15 stages, and also remember, these first 15 stages, guys, are the only one that is timed for the rewards. The rest of this, if you run out of attempts, there are a couple floors in here, which, again, I'm really compiling the information from Discord, compiling some of the information as I kind of look back and forth from Reddit. Just seeing the teams that we're getting in here. I'm going to do the same with the Nightmare Corridor, going through there again, making sure that we can get all of these combinations done. And I also want you guys to let me know down in the comments below the variations that you're seeing within different formations. So if you're finding something once we get to those final stages, the 16 to 20, I believe 5 it is at this point. But if you're finding different variations that work in there, guys, post them down in the comments. I have a lot of players that will rely on the information and kind of getting into the more of the mega thread. So this is stage 16, guys. This one runs the exact same one, except they actually drop out Solus, and this one they put in Lorzen. So a little bit of a different variation in here. So this actually runs Lorzen in here. It says using the Rock Lizard, so we're going to leave the Rock Lizard in for this one. Now, I didn't know if the Rock Lizard did crowd control, but again, looking at the linking here, guys, when Scarlet ults, the damage is going to be linked in the back. So she's not only going to put out a lot of damage, but the damage that she puts out is going to be amplified because of her build. See, that's what I thought. Here it shows, oh no, it says pet with the baby fish. So let's try that again, guys. I do not have the Savage Souffle at this point. You know what? We're probably going to have to hop out and get that Savage Souffle. Let's collect these up, guys. And this is why I've said before, save some of your baits. I don't know if I have enough baits to get enough to do the exchange to get the Savage Souffle, but we're going to have to take a look at it to see. It says run the Savage Souffle. And I believe very early, you can get copies of the Savage Souffle very early. Do this exchange, guys. $3.75 for one. You're not guaranteed one when you use your $3.75. I'm going to swap in here. We're going to get that Savage Souffle with the one copy, because of course the Savage Souffle is going to allow the crowd control. That is one of the big reasons, guys. And we have the level 9 resonance. I believe that is 1, 2, 3, unless I messed it up and we don't have enough. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and train the basic one. But I believe, if I remember correctly with the pet, one additional target for the cake field. So a little bit more crowd control, but I believe the basic build on here, or no, the level 6 is what does the cake flies, turning them into cake, which is the ability for the crowd control aspect. 51% done. Let's go ahead and challenge that first one. I'm going to drop Savage Souffle in here. So the pet is going to have to be at level 6. But like I said earlier, guys, is if you don't have the crowd control pet, if you don't have the ability to utilize that, you can still get 2 stars on all of these stages. And both of the stars that you get in here, I believe, is going to give you enough, to get the chests out of the bottom, which is what we're looking for, guys. There we go. So there is our fruit rain, which I know a lot of people are not too happy about, but there we go. So next stage, so looking at number 17. Now this one, again, changes a little bit. So this one actually drops Rowan out, drops Scarlet out. And again, looking at a couple different, which interesting enough, guys. So this one has Tamara's in here. If you have Kanisa and Rook, if you have Tamara's, if you have a couple different variations, it runs the Awakened version of Solus. And then they are actually running, believe it or not, guys, they are running Nara in this formation. And this pet, it's funny, they call this pet the baby fish. I believe the Savage Souffle is the baby fish. Again, translation issue. This guide was actually up in Chinese. But again, I think looking at the build here, I'm thinking this is the formation that they were kind of running with the baby fish. I'm hoping we can get Screg goes down right there, which Rowan's almost down as well. Mishka's just going crazy. And Solus just ults almost the entire time, guys. Again, some of these will probably be a little bit of RNG, which is what we've seen before. But we'll try to get it done with these formations. So 15, 16, yeah, this is 17. 17 with the baby fish. So again, there is an RNG factor in here, guys. See, even right there, Mishka died really early in this one. Nara, we want them to get low and then having her kill just like that. That was Nara's crowd control, guys. The finishing move. Win within 60 seconds with fewer than one hero dead. So again, it's going to take some time to get these done. But we picked up 2 stars there. I'm going to have to go back and see. So looking at, what is this, 18? This is stage number 18. So 18 through 20 runs Mishka. This actually swaps back to Rowan. Then we have Solus, we have Nara, and we have Nevi. Again, this is the same one. Creation Explorers, and again, pet with new pet. Yeah, it seems like this is going to be the formation. I'm not sure if this is going to grab. It grabbed Iran over on the enemy side. As soon as we get someone low, Nara, of course, is just going to kill them, guys, which is one of the reasons why people absolutely loved Nara. There we go. So there is a big RNG factor. Now this is, what, 19? And this is what they were running, and all the way through, it looks like all the way through with this formation to 23. And then 23 is actually going to be the variation. So we're stacking the enemies up in here. Got the crowd control, got Misha's crowd control, got Rowan's crowd control. Once a hero is low, Nara can actually just finish them out, which is essentially what we're seeing here. So as much as I would love to see Nara do incredibly well, guys, they're using Nara. Again, it's awesome to see Nara. Nara was a hero, guys. If you were old school AFK Arena, Nara was the finisher for Brutus. And Nara is just crushing targets back here. That is awesome to see. And again, grabbing a hero like Kren, grabbing a hero like Isabella, game changing when it comes to kind of pinpointing the damage dealer, which again was the reason why Nara was so incredibly effective early game when you use her. Even early game, she still works. And see, we might have killed the team out too fast right there because we didn't have enough for the beast. Now this is 22, and this one is still running through 23. 24 is a little bit different. 25 have some variations, but this is 21 through 23. That's with the new pet fish 2-star. It's the labels out of here with this guide are kind of crazy. And seeing Sophia in there, guys, that's pretty interesting as well. And you see the cake just hopping around back here. Look, there's the cake. Again, I feel like we might have the crowd control going off, or a lot of crowd control going off in here. It's just kind of the RNG factor. This one, I think we're probably going to see a defeat. Unless my boy Rowan can do it all by himself. But look at that, guys. Look at the cakes hopping around. So if we can get at least one of these targets down, and look at Rowan. Rowan is literally just holding his own down here, guys. Wow. My boy Rowan just holding his own. All right, let's grab Sophia in this one. Again, it really seems like it is going to be that RNG factor with, there we go, guys. There's the cake. We can get one of these targets down because there's more crowd control. Boom, there's more crowd control. And of course, Savage Souffle is just raining down on the targets. Got to take out some of these targets, which we did. Just got all 5 kills almost instantly right there. Again, I feel like we're not having enough time in the battle, depending again on the RNG. This is 23. This is the last one with the same formation. One big damage dealer in here, which is Raku. It looked like it missed the crowd control on that one. If you've seen it, look like Nara missed the crowd control on that one. Or missed the hook, missed the grapple. Savage Souffle just kind of chilling up there. All heroes alive, and then again the control effect. Because if we try this again, if we use the other crowd control pet, it does not provide. It is Greatborns. So what are we at? 30. See, we already got enough. We still have a couple more stages here, guys, but that is enough. So let's go through 24. The 24 actually drops out Nara. It puts in Mulan. So here we have Mishka, we have Rowan, we have Mulan, and then we do have Nevi in the bottom. And of course, Mulan will ult, guys, when she's completely built. See, a lot of alts need the Savage Souffle to get that crowd control up. We have a lot of healing in this team as well. There we go. We got crowd control on Aziz right in the back. I don't think we're going to be able to take this one down. Again, gonna take some more RNG. But overall, guys, you don't need to get all of these stars. I know it's always good to be 100% complete on here. Might take a little bit, might take just retries. I think that's really the biggest thing is going to be the retries in here. Yeah, and this one says the new pet. So again, it's going to be some of the crowd control aspect. Look at that, guys. Even there's Mulan. Hoping we can get this one down. And there's the run through. A lot of damage. Just got to land that crowd control with Mishka. There we go. Nevi's got the branch. See, I'm not sure if we have to change it up a little bit to get some of these targets down. Then 25, it looks like it's a couple different variations as well. Let me see what else we can get for 24. There's a couple different formations over here. One includes, of course, Brutus, guys. Let me swap Brutus in here. I just want to see, again, some other variations. And then Mulan. So this actually goes into Talisman, because remember, we can crowd control Aziz back here. This might actually make a big game-changing difference. And of course, Brutus is going to stack him up. Boom, we have crowd control for Mishka, crowd control for Mulan and Brutus. And if we can keep that awakened disease kind of tied down because of Talisman, that's going to provide that crowd control in there. Looks pretty good so far. There we go, guys. Might have got that one done. Boom, 1, 2, 3 stars. Now this one is where a lot of players were saying is an absolute nightmare in this one. Was the final stage of the dream stage in 25, which this one, it does show, again, we have no Hypogens and no Greyborn, so that's not going to work. So we'll go back to the Savage Souffle. And again, this one goes right into running. 25 shows Rowan and then Nara. So almost this entire thing running Rowan and Nara through here. So there is Rowan. There is Nara. So Nara is actually going to be able to snatch right out of the back. Audrey. Then we have the Savage Souffle in here. Also have another one that runs the Awakened version of Belinda, which again, if you have one copy, we'll cover that in just a minute. But we'll grab Audrey really quick. Of course, that's going to do the energy disintegration on there. If we can get the crowd control up from the Savage Souffle. Get him low to where Nara can kill him, guys. See, it is going to be some RNG. It's going to be some pretty good RNG in here. Let's see if I see any of the... Yeah, so this one runs Tamara's instead of Rowan. And again, I'm going back through Discord, going back through Reddit, just going back through a lot of different formations that we have in here, guys. Crowdsourcing the information the more. So there we go. We got that one done. 101 left. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Which leaves what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars that we missed in this one. But again, not a big deal. You can always come back here. You can try them again. You can try the attempts to pick up the rest of the stars. But we got our cards out of here. We got the Stargazer. We got the time emblems. Got all of the loot out of here. The big one, of course, guys, is this one. It is timed 26 days in here that you can actually utilize it. So overall, zero limit, I'm not too worried about just because the reward is literally this bottom plate. Again, not too worried. I'm not going to spend my time and effort in here to go ahead and build it. So, all right, guys. So that'll do it for just an overview of the Delicious Dreamland. Again, first 15 stages, you can do incredibly well running through here with a couple different heroes. Hopefully you have the Awakened version of Solus, as well as at least one copy of Nevi to go through here. Works incredibly well. All right, guys, so that'll do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.